Alice in Chains, I Stay Away. A nice combination here of acoustic sounds and rock and stuff here. Just a special note with this song. Here I'll be playing it in a drop D tuning. Okay, just take that E and drop it down a whole step. So we got D, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, so that's how I'll be presenting it here, just to make it easy. If you're trying to play with the actual recorded version, you're going to have to go to a drop D and then take everything down a half a step further, because it would be in a D flat drop D. So it's D flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. Okay, so if you're trying to play along with the actual recorded version, that's what's up with there. Otherwise, we'll just stick in this standard drop D tuning here. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just play through all the different sections, go through the solo, all that cool stuff. Just play right through it right off top. Afterwards, I'll go back through, give you a little more of a guided walkthrough with the details and all that. Before we dive in, do me a favor, hit that subscription button, help out the channel. I'd really appreciate it. So no further ado, let's do it. Okay, so this main acoustic progression here, really fun to play. A lot of arpeggiation going on here. We'll start here with just kind of the D chord here. What you want to do is do more like a initial coming off of a suspended second D. So essentially just make the D chord. Okay, but what you want to do is leave the middle finger up and just hammer on to that second of the E. Okay, we do that. Strum it a couple times more. All right. From there, we do a C add 9. Okay, so you can leave the ring finger where it is on the 3 of the B. Take the pinky, make a 3 on the E. Then we'll do middle finger on the 3 of the A, index on the 2 of the D, and then have that open G. Okay, C add 9. Just strum that once, hold it throughout that measure and the next measure. Alright. And from here, we're just going to do this arpeggiation now, and it's that kind of scale down from a C to a B, C. Alright, you see a lot in songs. So basically we'll just do like the top part of the C chord here, 3 on the A, 2 on the D, open G, and you just want to pick through that A, D to G string. Okay, then we come down, make our B bass note, okay, on the second of the A, and we just do an open D, open G under it. Alright, now we have to stretch a little bit. We're going to go 5 on the top string here, which is now a D string. Okay, we go 5 on the top string, second on the A, and then we'll do an open D under that. next section, last measure, just keep that same shape, but just lift off of the second of the A for an open A string now. So we got the 5 on the top string, open A, open D. All right, and from there we go a little walk down, 5, 4, open on the top string. You can do a little A string under that for a little open power chord there. Okay, the arpeggiated part goes. Okay, so it's just a matter of getting that up to tempo, getting used to it, because you got to reel it off kind of quick. All right, so let's just try this whole thing up to speed now. All right, now we can get into this this rad, nasty pre-chorus riff here. Kick on the gain, the distortion there, and this is kind of some really cool technique stuff going on where we're just doing a bend, doing some pull-offs to open, playing a lot with just like 3 to 5, 5 to 3 and opens and pulling off from that, getting those quick little loop-de-loops there. So bend on the 5 of the D. You want to do a real deliberate slow bend and release, pull it off to 3, and then pull that off to open. Like I say, get that gain on there. All right, and from there we're going to come up to the A string. We'll go hammer on 3 to 5, pull it back off to 3, pull that off to open. All right, from there we come up to the top string, do a slow bend at the 3rd fret. All right, and this all kind of happens pretty quick. So after you go through that the first time, you essentially go through it again. But once we get to that last 3 on the top string, you give it that slow bend, release, and then just hit it again and give it a little vibrato. Just a slight little difference there. All right, so slowly here, let's try this. All right, so it's just a matter of getting up to speed, getting a feel for it, and it'd be something like this. All right, into the chorus, we can get back to a little more of the acoustic tone here. There's some heavier guitar that comes in towards the end of this second part, and once we get into the final choruses, it gets a little heavier. Initially, we can just stay with this big D chord here. So we drop D, so we just hit the open top string, A, middle D, and then D chord here, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, 2 on the E here. Just hit it 3 strums there, let it carry for a couple of measures. Okay, something like that. And this is pretty loose. You can just do however you have the feel for it. You can go that way. I like to do it this style. So a couple measures there. Get to that 3rd measure. We're going to do a couple strums on that chord again, and then we're going to bring the pinky down to the 3 of the E to make it the D suspended 4. All right. Come back off in the next measure with just a couple of D chord strums. All right, from there we're going to move over to a B flat, so 1 on the A, 3 on the D, G, B, and just a quick 3 strums, and hold that for a couple measures. All right, and now we're going to do this kind of walk up progression that happens, and this will be extended the next time we go through this chorus progression. So initially it's just 3 chords here. We do the B flat again, move it up 2 frets to the C, Okay, 3 on the A, 5 on the D, G, B. And then just finish this time around on just a big D chord. Alright, so all up to tempo now. This initial run through the chorus progression would be like this. Okay, the second time we go through the chorus progression, everything stays just the same, but at the end, we just kind of continue on with a couple notes here that are more or less just kind of like pickup notes into the solo. So we just play it all the way through again. All right, but after we hit that final D chord there, we continue on with these notes, and you'll probably want to kick on the distortion with this because you're essentially just leading into the solo, so you're going to want all that jazz on there. Basically, we're just doing 2nd fret D, 3rd to 5, and then onto the 7th fret of the D, and once we hit that, we're holding that, and that's that initial 7th legato vibrato note that's happening at the start of the chorus. So it'd be okay, into the solo now. Like I said, we're just starting with that long vibrato on the 7th fret of the D. Okay, just move to 5 on the G, quick, to 7D, 5G, bend to 7 on the G, slow bend, release. Okay, a quick 5G, 7D, 5G. And then just give that 5G some vibrato for a moment. Okay, a little bit of a scale down here. We go 5G, 7D, 5, 3. Okay, hit 5D, hit it again, give it a slow bend and release. All right, from there we do 3 on the D, 5 on the A, 3, open, 3, 5. And that all happens pretty quick here. Okay. From there we do open on the D, 3 to 5. Give it a bend, couple bends, release. Okay. We do 5, 3 open, quick pull off there on the D, 5, 3 open, pull off on the A, to a bend on the 3 of the top string. Okay, a little bend and release with some vibrato. All right, on top of that, we do open on the D, 3, 5, bend that 5, hit it a couple times at the top of the bend. All right. Release it to a couple of 3s. All right, so let's just try this first bit all up to speed now. All right, wrapping up the solo. We're kind of still in that 3 to 5 area here. Go 3 to 5 on the D, slide that up to 7. Then we go 5, 7, G, hit that 7 on the G again. Okay, come up even higher now. We're going to go slide up to 12D, 10G, 12D. Okay, we're going to strum on a few 10s on the G and B here. All right, do about 4 strums there. back to 12D, then we'll go 10s on the B and G to 12s on the B and G. Okay, do a bend on the 12G a couple times, off to 10G to 12D. Alright, so slowly here. Alright, and the only differences that happen throughout the rest of the song, once we get into this final chorus, the second part through, alright, we do it the same way, that initial progression, but once we get to that second part through, where once before we would add those pickup notes that got us into the solo, here it becomes a little bit more of an arpeggiation thing that happens, and then it just continues back into the solo again. So it would all be the same up until that big scale up at the end. Alright, but now we're going to do this bit where you can kick on some heavy stuff. Alright, and it's going to be an arpeggiation with that B flat. So go 1A, 3D, 3G. And you can give a little bit of a palm mute, a little bit of a, pinch harmonics there, whatever sounds cool. Alright, bring it up to C now, 3A, 5, 5 on the DG, up to D, okay, 5 on the A, 7 on the D and G, up to E, so 7A, 9 on the D and G, and from here, we just do some little power chords, an F power chord at the 8A, 10 on the D and G, bring it up to a G power chord at the 10 of the A, 12s on the D and G. Okay, so just slowly that's... Alright, so cool little scaling up arpeggio that happens there. Let's just try it all up to speed here. Alright, and the last thing to mention is the very end progression. We just kind of end on that B flat. We don't carry it on to the scale up or the D or any of that. So it just kind of ends on an interesting chord there. So play it all the way through. We do our D strums, our D to D suspended 4, back to the Ds. And like I said, once we hit that 3 strum on the B flat, we just hold that and the song's done. Okay, so it'd be something like this. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.